Hey, it's Megan. Welcome back to another Dollar Tree DIY. This time I'm sharing 25 of my favorite quick and easy, but not cheesy, DIYs for Christmas. This video is longer than normal, so we're getting started right now. This first DIY is great because we are using fairly common to find items at Dollar Tree. You don't need any skill to do this. All you have to do is snatch up some of their larger or thicker floral wire. You would think it'd be harder to cut, but it's actually not. Even though it's thicker wire, it's really soft. And I use pliers, but you could definitely get away with using like sturdy kitchen scissors. Then any of Dollar Tree's bells, they sell these in 20 packs, 30 packs, even 50 packs. String them up around your ring and then hot glue that together. Optional, you can add a bow. Ribbon is also sold at Dollar Tree, and that is it. I love the way this looks. I don't think it looks like a DIY. You can make 6 to 8 of these using 1 pack of floral wire, and no one's coming over to your house saying like, oh, I love your DIY ornaments. It looks nice and elegant. But we have another option, my friend. You can make a similar style of ornament using DT's extremely colorful beads. Same as last DIY, you're gonna cut down your floral wire, and then this time, instead of stringing bells, you're stringing beads. And then when your ring is full, to close it together, I just use hot glue. You can use a stronger hold glue. Hot glues work just fine. So you can paint these by hand. As always, I prefer spray painting over hand painting, and it really doesn't matter what color you spray paint this. Now, the one thing I will say, I do not recommend, actually, I'm begging you, I advise you not to use Walmart's 96-cent spray paint. Pay the extra $3 and get Rust-Oleum. Rust-Oleum, you need 1 thick coat, you get full coverage. I've tried spray painting these Dollar Tree beads before, and it took me like 4 coats of the Walmart brand, and I still could see the color shining through. Just like the last DIY, I added a bow. This time I went a little bit more Christmassy, snazzed it up and added a bell, but that's it. I've also made a version of this with regular wooden beads. I think this is a really cool DIY, and I think I mentioned before, you can make 6 to 8 little wreath rings out of 1 pack of floral wire. And now we're making a kissing ball where all you need is one of Dollar Tree's foam balls, not their inflatable balls. These are foam, they're squishy. They are the same size as Dollar Tree's, not Dollar Tree, they're the same size as Walmart's styrofoam ball, but it is cheaper, and styrofoam cannot be spray painted. This foam can be spray painted. Doesn't matter if you use Walmart's cheap spray paint for this. We're just really trying to hide the bright orange basketball or the blue soccer ball. Doesn't matter. Then 3 to 4 of Dollar Tree's Christmas picks and 3 to 4 of their mini wreaths. I say 3 to 4, it's gonna depend on which picks you get. Some picks are fuller than others, and all you gotta do is cut down the stems of your picks and stab them into your ball. And when you stab your picks into your ball, you are leaving at least an inch in between every single stem. So you actually, it seems like you need a lot more florals than you do. And then for the wreaths, I just hot glued them on. And then I want to show you, you will have huge gaps in your ball, and that's okay. Once you fluff it out, the leaves and the frilly stuff on the picks covers it up so you can't tell a difference. There are some places I didn't have anything in there for 3 or 4 inches, and it just fills out. I hot glued a bow to hang mine or ribbon to hang mine, but this is totally customizable. So if you're glam, use all silver and gold florals, or if you're a winter wonderland type of gal, use all white florals. I mean, all DIYs are totally customizable. And we are on to number 4, where we are making a really nice Christmas trees. And the great thing is this DIY will work for any style, whether you're minimalistic or modern or traditional, because all you need to do is go to Dollar Tree and snatch up 2 of their 50-cent poster boards, or just 1 if you just want to make 2 or 3 trees. 1 poster board will make anywhere from 2 super large trees to as many small trees as you'd like. Tape your poster board together. The only hard part about doing this is cutting the poster board off at the bottom. I found it useful to hang it over the side of the table and cut it off that way. Then use yarn or rope or whatever you have on hand or whatever your style is and wrap it all the way around your tree. The great thing is you only need a hot glue at the very beginning and the very end. You can add some of Dollar Tree's pit berries, or you can just use some yarn and do a very simple, modern or minimalistic little spiral all the way down. Once again, only hot gluing at the beginning and the end. Both options, in my opinion, look beautiful. I also did 2 trees with just yarn, and I think that looks really cool. But like I said, I mean, you can use ribbon or mesh or any color yarn, any color twine you want. And then another option is you can use some of Dollar Tree's garland. This is 15 feet long. You'll need 1 to 4 pieces of garland depending on the size of your tree. The only difference with this is you will have to hot glue a little bit more because the garland does kind of slide around a little bit, but still not every single line. More so focusing on where one garland starts and then one ends, and then definitely hot glue all the way around the bottom. And to give you an idea how much you might need, I had a very large tree, 32 inches, and then a smaller tree. My larger tree, I used 4 garlands, and I made that like as big as I could from the poster board. And now I got some more options. If you want to flock your tree, use some chalk paint and a sponge or a towel and just swipe it down your tree. Or I highly recommend actually, Walmart's 96 or 7 cent spray paint for this DIY. In fact, I think they need to rebrand their spray paint as Faux Snow, permanent Faux Snow, because it works really well for that. And then you can just hot glue some ornaments of your choice, or you can add some of Dollar Tree's pip berries like we did in the last DIY. It doesn't matter. These DIYs are customizable. Every single DIY is customizable. That's a great thing about DIYs. You can make it how you want to. And to give you an idea on the flocking, by the way, the 2 trees on the right are the ones that we spray painted. The one on the left is the one that we just kind of swiped with chalk paint. And for number 5, we are making a North Pole. I thought of this idea so late in the year, last year. And even since I've made this video, I found a way to snazz it up or make it even more cute. All you need to do is get one of Dollar Tree's Christmas pool noodles or red or green pool noodles. If you can't find them at Dollar Tree, check Amazon. And then one of Walmart's largest size dowel rods that is still under $1. It's the black dot size. I believe it's 7/16 of an inch. And the dowel rod fits perfectly into the pool noodle, and then the duct tape color of your choice, or depending on what color your pool noodle is, and wrap that all the way down. Then Dollar Tree solar lights, also, they fit perfectly on the dowel rod, perfectly inside the pool noodle. Grab one of their bubble vases, use gel super glue, or I prefer gel super glue. You can use E6000. I can't do E6000. I don't really know about the hold outside. Gel super glue has worked great for me. And this looks fine during the day, but it looks so beautiful at night. Just pulled this DIY out again last week. I've added a burlap bow with bells and a few Christmas florals like coming down from the bells. Adding the bow, bells, and florals took this DIY to the next level for me because it made it look really nice during the day, where I can't wait to put these on our back patio at night. This next DIY is probably my favorite, and if I had to pick one DIY out of the entire video that best represented my style, it'd definitely be this one. All you need are 3 of Dollar Tree's larger size bells. They come in different colors. It does not matter the color at all because we're spray painting them. Now, I am spray painting mine kind of a copper gold, but it's a little bit different than the gold they come in, and it makes it look not so plasticky. So here's what it looks like afterwards. I love Rust-Oleum's hammered spray paint. That can of spray paint you saw me just using, that's like the same can of spray paint I'm still using today. So I've been using that for over a year. A little bit goes a long way with nice quality spray paint. Then just take some rope and string it through your bells. Tie some clappers at the bottom. It's funny, 2 years ago I thought they were called ding-dongs, and like, that's the best thing about being YouTube. I'm always corrected, which I don't mind. I appreciate it. It's just there's so many things I didn't know. You can add 3 bells. It doesn't matter how many you do. And if you want, you can pick up one of Dollar Tree's pre-made bows. But just remember, Dollar General and Dollar Tree both have a bunch of beautiful ribbon. Like this ribbon I used is from Dollar General, and instead of the 9 feet, it's like 30 feet, only $5. I love those colors. I love Christmas, y'all. I really can't wait to actually start decorating, not just DIYing. But this also looks good if you add it to a swag, or you can put it inside of a wreath. Traditional, nostalgic Christmas, that's my style. And for number 7, we are making a really simple candle. All you need is one of Dollar Tree's star-shaped glass containers and some of their adhesive pearl wrap. The pearl wrap comes in many different colors. It doesn't matter what color because once again, we are painting this. Now, I always spray paint. You don't have to spray paint. You can hand paint. I find spray painting the fastest, the easiest, and I used the same can that y'all saw me use on the bells for this candle. And this was like 6 months apart. This was for my Christmas in July DIY video. In that video, someone had mentioned, by the way, like, oh, the spray paint's flammable. Spray paint fumes are flammable, but the spray paint itself, once it dries, it's not. It's safe. If you don't believe me, you can look on the website or call up Rust-Oleum yourself. Then gather all of your almost burnt down candles, boil them until they melt, and you can use some wicks. Dollar Tree has candle making kits. I buy my wicks from Michael's or Joann's with a coupon. It really doesn't matter how you get your wicks. Just get some wicks and hot glue them on the bottom, then pour your wax in. And that is it, my friend. Now, I did make one mistake for this DIY. I was really impatient on letting it cool, so I had put it in the refrigerator. Bad mistake. You see those cracks? That's from putting it in the refrigerator. So if you're impatient like me, just do it right before you go to bed so you wake up and your candle's cool, but definitely don't put it in the refrigerator. Sometimes Dollar Tree will sell wood crafts or DIY wood crafts, and it's not really a good deal because you can get a better deal at Home Depot or Walmart or Hobby Lobby, but these 6 packs of squares are a good deal. And I love to coffee stain my wood. I've done this so many times. I get so many questions. So my FAQs, I'm having them up on the screen. Just know I make really strong coffee. I'll soak it for 10 to 20 minutes and you can put it in the oven, but just make sure you're there to watch your wood because you have to have it really low and it dries out fast. And just as an example, this is the different stains of woods. Then Dollar Tree sticker letters, which can easily be spray painted. I don't know if these can be hand painted, to be honest. Spray paint works really, really well, so you can spray paint whatever color your heart desires. Put that on your plank. Or option 2, you can reuse these stickers kind of like stencils and put them on the planks, trace them out, then use one of DT's paint markers, which works really well in my opinion. I was really impressed with how these paint markers work, and then trace that or scribble that on the inside. Add some twine at the top, hot glue or drill a hole, it doesn't matter. And that's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, really nice ornaments that can be customized. You could even do names that are shorter, or maybe just like one initial and embellish it with twine and ribbon and berries on top. And for number 9, we are giving Dollar Tree's Sled a makeover. I actually made this for my neighbor. So I ripped off all of the paper backing because I didn't want an ugly side on the back, and then ripped off the, I don't know what they're called, but in real life, they would be sharp and that would like make you go through the snow or flat, but you know what I'm saying. And because I'm using chalk paint, which is a thicker paint, if I do hand paint, I prefer chalk painting, it covered up any of the rips and tears from ripping away the paper off the sled. Then little tip hack, make it look more realistic or give it some dimension. I used DT's Jingle pieces, hot glued that on the back, and then hot glued the part that would slide through the snow. I don't know what they're called. Dollar Tree and Dollar General both sell all kinds of beautiful $1 ribbon for Christmas. I have better luck at Dollar General. It seems they're stocked up more. My local Dollar Tree doesn't always have the best selection of ribbon, or I don't get there fast enough. And then add some bells, which are also from Dollar Tree. These come 9 to a pack. Some spare scrap pieces of Christmas picks, and that's it. Now, I gave this to my neighbor, and I did end up adding their last name on the bottom and customize it, so you can totally do that. She didn't want her last name online, which is fine, so I just waited till after I'd filmed. For number 10, this is a DIY I made for a neighbor last year, and I didn't think it was my style, but after making it, I think it is, or at least it's inspired me to decorate my backyard in a candy cane, still kind of rustic traditional theme. But to make this DIY, all you need are 2 of Dollar Tree's candy canes, crisscross them, zip tie them together, and then secure them with hot glue. Any of Dollar Tree's ribbon, I just used their burlap paired with some Christmas ribbon and secured my bows to my candy canes using one of their tinsel ties. Then any 2 of Dollar Tree's Christmas picks, they really stepped their game up last year and they're starting to put out the same types this year. But if you can't find anything at Dollar Tree, Walmart has great selection for less than $1 Christmas picks. The only thing about Walmart, or at least in my area, they wait till almost Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving to put out their $1 Christmas picks. I don't know what's up with that. They have their Christmas decor out already. And then you can secure your picks using a zip tie just the same. Optional, add one of Dollar Tree's larger bells in the middle, hot glue that, and that's it. Now, you may have to cut down your floral picks like a stem or two to kind of place them where you want them, but I only had to cut off one little piece and hot glue that under the bell just to space out the floral sprigs where I wanted them. But I really love the way this looks. And that's why I did the North Pole in the backyard, or I will do the North Pole in the backyard. I love those candy canes. I want to make some of those for the backyard. You can print out free music sheets online. I'll have some Christmas music linked in the description. Use coffee or tea to stain your music sheets. Let that dry and then just cut down your music sheets. For real, this takes no DIY at all. It doesn't need to be precise. You don't need to measure off, or you don't need to do anything besides cut down the strips and then roll it around a pencil, or I actually just found rolling it with my fingers easy, just the same. And then one of Dollar Tree's DIY ornaments. I love this light bulb style, and I like the simple look of the music sheets in there. You could add some faux snow. I really think I've missed out the past few years not using the clear ornaments and filling them with simple items because I like the way it reflects the lights on the tree. When it comes to gift giving, a lot of Dollar Tree's items are almost nice. They're almost cute enough to give to someone and not be like, do you like it? For example, these ornaments that have the fabric, not the paper glued to them, you can easily pull the fabric off. This one said Merry Christmas. I literally just flipped it over on the back, hot glued everything back on, and then spray painted Dollar Tree sticker letters again, and then stuck that down. I sealed mine with a clear spray paint and gave it to my neighbor as a gift. My last name doesn't start with S. You guys have probably seen me do the letter S as a last name a lot. That's because it's my next door neighbors and I love them. So I made that for them, but you could also customize it with names or years, baby's first Christmas, whatever you want to do. This next DIY, you have some options. And just because Dollar Tree's $1, it's not always the best deal, but you can use Dollar Tree. So you can get one of their wreath forms and 2 packs of their Dollar Tree garlands and wrap up your wreath. So you've spent $3. Or you can spend $2.88 at Walmart and get one of their 20-inch wreath forms, but it's just more full. And for this particular DIY, I really think Walmart's a better deal, but you could use a Dollar Tree wreath. You could buy the garland, buy the wreath form. It's whatever you want to do. I'm all about saving money, not really about where something comes from, but I do understand not everyone has access to Walmart, or like my Nana lives at like the closest Walmart's like an hour and a half away. And then like I mentioned before, Walmart needs to rebrand their spray paint as Faux Permanent Snow because great flocking. You can easily flock your wreath or your garland with that. Optional, you can go back and use some spray adhesive from Dollar Tree and their faux snow, their sparkly faux snow, and kind of sprinkle that on there. But you don't have to do that. I made this for another neighbor and she's glam, so I sparkled it up. But once again, personal preference, customize this, use the colors of your choice. Some of Dollar Tree's ornaments and then just hot glue them to your wreath. I think getting different sizes makes it look nice, but you can do all the same size, just the same. And I only used 3 packs of ornaments for this. I didn't even use all the ornaments in the pack. There you go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, nice, classic that can be customized with other colors Christmas wreath. Now, this was one of many wreaths I did in an entire Christmas wreath video. And like all of these DIYs, the original videos are in a Christmas playlist. I'll have that playlist linked in the description. And it doesn't just have wreaths, it has all kinds of different ideas. So there should be something for everyone. This is the easiest DIY. You need one of Dollar Tree's wreath hangers, one of their Snowflakes, Snowflake ornaments. They come in a 10-pack. Gel super glue, glue that down, and then spray paint it the color of your choice. I don't think hand painting would work very well for this, but the spray painting makes it look like a nice high-end wreath hanger, and stuff like this goes for $10 or even $8 at Walmart. And that's it. And if you've made it this far, you either really love DIYs, that is your thing, or maybe you left your YouTube TV on and YouTube did the autoplay next by accident. So if that's you, I'm sorry, forgive me. But if you are a crafter, you probably have a lot of scraps And one of the easiest ways to use those scraps is snatch up some faux snow from Dollar Tree. And one of their create your own ornaments, they have these in different sizes now. They even have a 2-pack that's a little bit smaller. Just a great way to use up your scraps. And I mean, that's it. Super simple, but it has a high impact. And like I mentioned previously, I really do love the way the clear ornaments fill up spots on the tree, but they don't cover the lights. And number 16, we are making a really cool banner. You just need 5 of Dollar Tree's ornaments. It doesn't really matter the size or the shape. Try to get knot paper because the fabric seems to pull off easily. Or actually, I take that back, a retract. Some of the fabric pulls off super easily, and then some of it, like, I almost have to soak it. So Dollar Tree's not known for their consistency. Back to the DIY. You just need 5 ornaments and some of Dollar Tree's picnic napkins. 1 napkin will cover 4 ornaments. So you're really only using 2 napkins. Or if you do both sides, you're only using 4 napkins. Some of Dollar Tree spray adhesive, which I fell in love with last year. I didn't realize how well it works. And I like using this for very thin paper because it's more watery than Mod Podge. And a glue stick, I didn't have good luck. I actually tried using a glue stick before I did the spray adhesive, and it works really well. It has a nice hold. You don't need to try to cut out the paper before you put it on. Just put the paper down, rip away the extra. I set mine outside to dry, and it dried within an hour. And if you do have some hanging over, just take sandpaper and shave down the sides. Now you can use the trick we've been using, which is spray painting some of Dollar Tree's sticker letters. I had stencils that they're exact same size as Dollar Tree sticker letters, so that's what I did. Stencils, you can reuse them multiple times, not spending extra money. I used one of Dollar Tree's paint pens, and I did seal mine with a clear spray paint, picked up from Dollar General, because I gave this, you're not gonna believe this, I gave this to another neighbor and she was putting it outside. I also did both sides too though, because she put it on a patio so you could see it and read it from both sides. And we are on to number 17. This is very different from the rest of the video, but I think it's very fun. It's a very festive gift. I kept 2 for myself and I gave 2 to some other friends, actually not a neighbor. So all you need are some of Dollar Tree's koozies, preferably red or green, some ribbon from Dollar General or Dollar Tree. I don't know if Walmart carries $1 ribbon, but I know Dollar General and Dollar Tree both do. You can hot glue that down. You can add some bells. The hot glue will mold to the koozie. And so you can wipe them off. Like this stays on really well. I still have mine and I take it outside in the summer, like when I'm mowing the lawn so my drink stays cold. Or you can actually paint these and you can use Dollar Tree's paint pen. Now, word to the wise, when you're using the paint pen, it's not like a marker or chalk paint. You need to let the paint dry for at least 30 minutes before you touch it. But after that, this is one of the ones I kept. I didn't give the red one away. The Snowflake stays on. You just have to let the paint totally dry before you use it. And you can get it wet. You can rub on it, you know, taking it outside, mowing the lawn, they get dirty. So I have rinsed them off and wiped them off. The Snowflake's fine. I probably should have made some for summer, so I'm not carrying around a Christmas koozie mowing the lawn. And then for this next idea, you just need 2 Dollar Tree's doormats. I really like their thicker doormats, but you can use any of their doormats. Flip them over on the back and use duct tape, or Dollar Tree's version of duct tape, to hold your 2 mats together. Preferably, you want to get the same color, like best case scenario. And with the mats I'm using, they don't always carry this style of mat with the rubber backing. It's super hard to get the same color. But just know, this will work on any of their doormats, even the really flimsy ones. And to connect the flimsy doormats, just use duct tape along with some hot glue, or you can add the rug slip on the back with hot glue, and that'll keep those together and keep them from flying away from your doorstep. Tape off your mat. You don't need to measure. You can use painter's tape. You can use masking tape, all of that available at Dollar Tree, and spray paint it. I love cherry red. To me, that's a beautiful Christmas red. For a step up, because this actually looked good as is. I almost wish I would have stopped here. I went back, taped off again, and added green. And I like the way this looks too. People always ask, hey, does the spray paint wear off? No, it really doesn't. You know, have you ever got spray paint on your clothes? It's not coming out. Just let it dry all the way, and you're good to go. I've done this with multiple different rugs. There are so many items, like I mentioned before, that are almost perfect at Dollar Tree. Like this Merry Christmas is huge. I saw the same style, same size, but not super glittered out at Michael's last year, and it was like $15. Just so you know, the sparklies can be spray painted over. Use a high quality spray paint, and because, like I said, we're killing two birds with one stone, put it on a doormat and spray paint it on there. Instead of just using my regular cloth I have down, I put it on the doormat and gave it a good coat of spray paint. Now the glitter did need 2 coats, but I did get full coverage and it doesn't pick off. It sticks, it stays. I had it outside. You can put this inside a wreath or however else you want to decorate it. It's just a great way, and it gives it a cool looking texture. It no longer has that glitter texture. Now it has almost a stone type texture is the best way I can describe it. But it makes it so you can make it your style. Now with the doormat, if you don't like how Merry Christmas looks like it is drowning or it's not very clear, DT or Dollar Tree also carries puff paint, which is another paint that works really well on doormats. For doormats, spray painting is the easiest and quickest, and it stays really well. I've not had great luck with acrylic paint, but the puff paint also stays really, really nicely. And if you think about it, like when you buy doormats in a store sometimes, they almost have that puff paint feel where it almost turns into like a plasticky type of paint. And you've made it to number 20, my friend. Now, I've made so many Dollar Tree bath mat pillows on my channel, so I am not giving you the full tutorial here, but I will link a video if you would like that full tutorial. All you have to do for the gist of it is flip them inside out, use a boatload of hot glue, high temp glue gun, press down the glue and let that dry. On the other 2 sides, I like to use Dollar Tree's yarn or Dollar Tree's twine. I also use a huge upholstery needle. This is really easy. I do a simple blanket stitch to stitch my pillows together. And then to stuff the pillows, the best deal I could find is at Dollar General. They have $2 value pillows. 1 value pillow will fill 2 throw pillows. So better than Walmart or IKEA. If you have a better deal, hey, let us know in the comments. Sharing is caring. That's actually how I found out about the value pillows to begin with. So after you make your pillow, or if you just have a pillow laying around, or you want to go buy a $5 pillow, whatever your situation is, you can pick up one of these larger snowflakes from Dollar Tree. Use low temp glue gun, and low temp, that way you can actually pull the snowflake off and you can continue to use the pillow year round. Or you could just flip it over, but I mean, I just like to pull it off, and then I've actually remade this pillow. I did it for fall, I did it for Christmas, and I pulled it off and just left it blank for the rest of the year. Now, if you're someone who likes to make DIYs to sell, Dollar Tree is actually a really great place to purchase your supplies. A lot of the times, like this wooden cutout, it was for fall, but they have stuff like this for Christmas, and they even have blank trucks you can use too. So you don't have to find a fall one and cut off the pumpkins. They have stuff that's specifically for Christmas or just plain trucks as it is. And you can actually use Dollar Tree's red paint if you want to. But guess what? I'm spray painting, shocker, I know. So I spray painted my truck red. It does give it a really nice even tone. I did tape off the little middle part of the wheels, and that's only because for the wheels, that little center part, I painted that white, and I didn't want it to end up looking pink. Optional, I painted over I don't think those are called hubcaps. I don't know if they're, no, those aren't, I don't know what they're called. Fenders, the things that go over the wheels, like a metallic acrylic paint I got at Walmart, but you could have left that red just the same. And then as always, Dollar Tree's wreath forms are such a great deal, but I reuse my wreath forms. So this is when I got at a yard sale, but they are the same size. So I just want to let you know that you'll still need the same amount of supplies. Then just 2 of Dollar Tree's floral picks, crisscross them, swag them across from each other, and then 1 of their frosted ferns. I love the way these look. These are a great accent piece. I think these were new last year, and I bought a few extra ones to use this year, although I did see them in stores again this year. And we're not even using all the fern. I just cut off like a few sprigs of the frosted fern. Then hot glue 1 of Dollar Tree's Christmas trees that come in a pack of 2 in the back of the bed of the truck. And I used the larger size Christmas tree for this. And that is it. I actually sold this wreath People always ask, like, where do you sell your stuff? I don't even sell for a profit anymore. I really just sell to support my crafting habit. And so when I do, I'll do it on Facebook Market locally. I don't ship or anything, and I sold this for $25. But I mean, everyone's area is different. So maybe I know there's Facebook groups that there used to be about like how to sell online or, you know, on Facebook Market, or I don't even know if anybody uses Craigslist anymore. If you use Craigslist, let me know. I haven't been on Craigslist in years. I don't even know if it's the thing anymore. And we're on to the next one. We're just making a Christmas topiary. This is very similar to the kissing ball. So just like before, use one of their foam balls and not their inflatable balls. Spray paint it, and then the largest dowel rod size at Walmart that is still under $1, the black dot size, aka 7/16 of an inch size. Any brown paint, and just paint your dowel rod. Bonus points if you can snatch up some branches from Mother Nature, because that makes it look a little bit more high end, and then just use wire to attach that around your dowel rod. Boatload of hot glue and stab your stick into your ball. Then just like the kissing ball, except not just like the kissing ball, we are using different florals. So one of the poinsettias, we are using 3 of these picks, and then you can use 3 of these greenery leaves from Walmart, or Dollar Tree also has something very similar, and one's not better than the other. It's just where you're available to find it. And I can always find these leaves at Walmart. The difference is this time we are cutting down our stems multiple times. So you cut one stem into half. But the same thing we are doing is we are spacing out our stems at least an inch apart. So just like the last one, it's going to look like you need a lot more florals than you really do. Another thing I did with the Christmas picks, like the higher end, nicer looking ones, I did cut those in half so they go further. Meaning like the berries were really long, or the pieces of pine tree are longer than they needed to be. So if I cut them in half, they would cover more of the topiary without me having to use more supplies. And I do want to note, now with this one, it is actually different than the kissing ball. You will be able to see some of the basketball or soccer ball, whatever it is you used. If you get up close and look, you'll see some black like ball behind there, but that's okay. Even if you go to a high-end store and buy topiary, or next time you're at Walmart, go look at their faux plants and the topiaries they have out there. You can see the mesh ball or whatever it is they use, or wired ball if you get up close. Then use some floral foam and some rocks, put it in a Dollar Tree tin, and you can transfer it to any bin you have on hand. You could use one of Dollar Tree's planters, but they don't really have those in stores right now. That's more of a summer item. Or you can use one of their plastic baskets. But heads up, word to the wise, my friend, Walmart does have fall wooden woven looking baskets, and hopefully they'll go on sale soon. That would look really, really nice. I'm using a Dollar Tree plastic basket until I gave it to my neighbor. Optional, you can add a bow and the bell at the bottom. I did that. That's what my girlfriend wanted down the street. But I've done so many of these topiaries, and you don't need more than 8 florals like ever. You don't need a lot of hot glue usually, and they do hold up really nicely. And now we're making a really cool peace sign. You can use any of Dollar Tree's MDF boards. I really like the love signs because they don't have any glitter on them. I can just remove the heart and then spray paint over the paper, so there's not really an ugly side. But you can use any of their signs. They have some harvest signs or beware signs, or maybe they have Christmas signs out at your store. Mine does not have any large MDF Christmas signs out yet. And then you can spray paint it or you can hand paint it. It really doesn't matter. But I've also mentioned in previous videos, y'all, look on Facebook Market. You can actually get a lot of free wood, free scrap wood from people redoing their fence or something like that. And it would be more sturdy and hold up longer, and it's free. Free is better than $1. You know what I'm saying? Use some popsicle sticks or anything to hot glue your 2 signs together. Now, this is not from Dollar Tree. This is from Dollar General, but stay with me. Hear me out. It was only $2, and you get the twine, you get the little puffs. Technically, we get 2 signs that could say peace because I just ripped the burlap off of the piece. I didn't use the glittery part, and then some of Dollar Tree's fabric and traced out a tree. You can freehand a tree. My freehanding game wasn't up that day, so I did just trace out a wooden tree. I probably got the wooden tree from Dollar Tree, but I'm not 100% sure. Hot glue the tree in the middle of your sign, and then hot glue your burlap letters down, or the letters you cut out, or stencil on. It really doesn't matter. You can totally customize this. So we have P-E, tree is the A, C-E. We got peace. And if you wanted to snazz this up, you could add a bow at the top with some Christmas sprigs or florals. Such a simple way to DIY a Christmas sign. It's really large too, because those signs are already to a few feet long. This is maybe the easiest DIY. I may have said that already, but this is actually like the easiest DIY in this video. A pack of their 6 wooden planks and one of their make your own ornaments or DIY ornaments. Sometimes they change the names up on us. Put that onto the block and then just spray paint. Definitely spray paint. Spray paint would work the best for this. You can use some of their cork sheets for the backing, or you could hot glue some velvet on the back. That's what I originally did before I ended up buying cork from Home Depot, because it took me forever to find cork at my Dollar Tree. But that's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Got yourself some coasters. You could also make those as gifts. And for the 5 of you that are still here, congratulations, my friend. You've made it to the last one. Actually, my favorite idea for Christmas, you just need some of Dollar Tree's wooden boxes, some gel super glue, or wood glue. Both of those are available at Dollar Tree. Connect your boxes together. I used wood glue because I've been using this all year. It's really sturdy. And then optional, I just did this for aesthetics. I used wood filler to fill the cracks. This does not make it hold together. This is not necessary. In fact, you could paint it and you probably wouldn't even see the crack. Now, I originally showed this for fall. This was a DIY I made last year. I never had a chance to show it on my channel. So I showed it in my fall video because that's when I had originally planned to use it. And then I just now redid it for Christmas. You're going to need to make a riser in between your 4 boxes. So you have 3 risers. I just used Dollar Tree's Jingle blocks, but you really use anything. You could use an old spool of ribbon or anything that be creative. That's what, just put something there that's going to lift up the candles. Use floral foam. I prefer using pool noodles because it's cheaper and it works the same way and it doesn't flake off like floral foam does. But after the floral foam or your pool noodles, you're not hot gluing anything down. So I added floral moss, didn't hot glue that down. Add your Dollar Tree candles and Dollar Tree candle holders, and then some Dollar Tree mini wreaths and a few of their Christmas picks. And you can stab the Christmas picks into your pool noodle, which we're using as floral foam. And you don't have to replace the pool noodle every time, which is why I like it more than floral foam. And this looks really nice. This is really large and long, so it makes a really great centerpiece at a table. And I did do this for fall too. And this is the exact same thing I used for fall. The floral foam really does fall apart, or styrofoam will fall apart, but the pool noodles stay together. You can use them over and over again. And you could use this for summer too. So if you're into lemon decor, add some lemons. If you're into strawberries, add strawberries, or just use it for Christmas, or use it for Christmas and fall. It's whatever you want to do. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking till the end. This was such a long video. I have brand new Christmas DIYs coming up real soon for you. And like I said, to the 2 of you that are still here, so much love to you. You're the real MVPs, and I will catch you next time.